One of the peculiarities of my relationship with the Love Helix is that occasionally we've had deep social wounds between us where he would troll me excessively or I would point out his problems and call him racist. I mean, I believe he's succumbed to racism. And I think that's wrong. I think that's bad. I disagree that it is meaningless or that it's a good thing. And so, because of that, I've taken to pouring salt in our wounds and saying, hey, man, you need to change if you're going to be a friend of mine. And he does quite well. He changes into a stranger and an enemy almost at a blink. And then he'll come back. It's very bizarre. It's like some kind of identity crisis structure in his brain that makes it so that he can be like, man, it's grotesque when an immigrant does something with poop. But I love Gigi Allen. And that's, he was grotesque in the same way. And so was I. So I'm not saying, I don't think you should judge people that way, but that's the point. Immigrants don't need to be judged by having the same frailties as everyone else. That some immigrants don't speak our language. The next generation does. So if we accept an immigrant, we're not losing English. English is not at risk. But so what is it that I realized that his racism comes from? A confirmation bias and a predilection for racial thinking. Now, these are separate things, but together they've made him racist. I think that's a problem. But in and of themselves, these things can exist separately, and they are their own problems. So we might as well talk about them. One is the confirmation bias. If you are in a group, you are in a bubble, and you get information that reinforces what you think. I'm a liberal, so I'm in the bubble, and it reinforces my liberalness. I make videos laughing at Trump's illness because I've watched multiple videos kind of like squirming around about how much we love Trump since he got COVID, when I know that these people are used to hating the man. And some risk of some like less than 10% risk that he's going to die because he got the virus, that makes you pray for him? That's Stephen Colbert for you, right? You're supposed to change the second an illness is around. I don't. I'm a harder liberal than he is. I don't want Trump to get better because then other people will interpret that as happening without a mask. And so it will cost multiple lives. He's already cost the nation tons of lives. So has Obama, though. So has Bush. So has Clinton. And we're losing lives, but we're also losing freedom. The drug war, everything since the drug war, has made this into the most hypocritical nation that you could imagine. We're the free ones, the leaders of the free world. No, we're not. We are the leaders of the caged world, where you get to watch a Nicolas Cage video on a tiny TV while you sit on crappy plastic chairs while you wait for the psychiatrist to declare you capable of being tried in a court that doesn't care about the truth, your feelings, what you say, the risk that you pose to society, or anything else. We live in a caged nation. So confirmation bias comes about because you don't see that cage. I think through the confirmation bias. Most people I see on YouTube are free. So it seems like, oh, I should think of freedom as something we have right now. No, we don't. If I want to snort a line of cocaine, which I do, I just do, I can't. And if I really expended a lot of effort to get to do that, I'll be put in jail. But because my nature, I cannot do that. We are not free to do that. And that's reality. That's inescapable. America is a caged nation. But if I were to believe the confirmation bias that YouTube gives me, I think land of the free. I see people, interacting in all sorts of different ways. They're out in the world, I don't know. What about racial obsession? The second part of that. Beyond the confirmation bias, it's the thinking about racism a lot. And that in and of itself is no real problem. And by the way, confirmation bias, by and large, is no real problem. You can make little mistakes. But the obsession with racial thinking exists in people that are anti-racist. So that's not the problem. Irami Osei Frimpong is an Alabamaman that runs a racial thinking podcast, and he's harmless. He's obsessed with race. But it doesn't do anything bad. But racism does. Because it removes empathy from the group that you are obsessed with. And he'll admit this. I don't have empathy for people outside my group. Listen to my poem. It was written by one of mine, an Englishman. Yay! Screw the other. And that's why I'm a liberal. I don't say screw the other. But it's also why I'm a revolutionary. Can we stop screwing ourselves? Can I go to jury duty and just blog my way through it, please? I want to. I want to take that opportunity to talk about justice. I can't. If I accept jury duty, I'm sure to fuck it up and get put in jail. Also, they don't want me because I'm a felon. But who better for jury duty than somebody that's been through the system and knows its flaws and success points? No one. I would be an excellent juror. But they don't get me, by definition. And so anyway, Love Helix recently, or Adam Lore, has been removing their likes from my videos. And I see it happening. Maybe it's Mr. Biggs or whoever. And who cares? But whoever does it must know that I care, because they're watching when I'm at this level. I have 3 subs, and I post 10-minute videos. You have to be obsessed to like a video and then to come back and unlike it. You have to want to know me. Part of wanting to know me means you know that I don't want racism. And Love Helix and I are battling that out, I think. I truly think. But I don't know, because he hasn't called or written me in a while. And I've just been marinating in my fattiness as my cheeks balloon into the cheeks of a fat man while I eat veggie straws instead of meals, because I have no idea how to lose the weight, because I can't, because I don't get to decide my own diet, because if I left this place, my freedom would cost me so much. So freedom is both good and bad. And sometimes it's wise to neglect your freedom. like now, you have the freedom to watch this 10-minute video over again, why would you do that? One viewing's more than enough. Why do I even bother? Honestly, if anyone knows, am I just that level attention whore? I don't understand it.